The United Nations believes that all persons have the right to a secure, healthy and ecologically sound environment. The concept of environmental justice is founded on this principle. It's the merging of environmentalism with the struggle for social justice. It researches linkages between the two and seeks potential policy solutions.
So I think it is about community action, it is about a sense of urgency. But it's
Friends of the Earth is a key player in this global movement, working on the ground with community groups both internationally and in the UK. The common aim is to empower communities with the knowledge and resources to help them participate in the creation of a healthy, sustainable environment. One of Friends of the Earth's UK bases is in Teesside in the northeast of England. This area has an epic history of heavy industry and equally of pollution and poor health. In the 19th century, this was the world's iron and steel making capital. 2,000 hectares of pristine riverbank and salt marsh were sacrificed to the flames and smoke of 100 blast furnaces. This was heavy industry on a scale never before seen on the planet. In the early 20th century came shipbuilding and gigantic chemical operations. But as industry made huge wealth, it left Teesside with the worst land and air pollution in the UK and the most polluted river in Western Europe. Low wages kept communities close to the breadline, and poor housing so close to industry caused exceptionally poor health.
Today we've got a group of people meeting who are representing the local
are confronted with some really quite profound questions about how we live and how we measure success in our economy. Because a lot of what's been done here has been done in the name of progress and development and economic growth, but yet it's left the most profound legacy for the environment imaginable, and not just for now, but for many, many centuries into the future. And I think it should help us to reflect a little bit about really what is the direction we're travelling in with our consumerist culture and our obsession with economic growth. Because if you look around here, you can see some of the consequences.
Teesside today remains a major centre of industry and hosts a range of multinational companies. The area still boasts the largest chemical complex in Europe, the largest blast furnace in Europe, a nuclear power station, and the largest gas-fired power station in the world. But evidence suggests that emissions from industry are still regulated and monitored inadequately.
A lot of the chemicals that come out of the plants aren't even tested, so we just don't know what the impact is on human health of those chemicals. Our research shows that the national air quality standards were breached with cancer-causing chemicals of butadiene and benzene throughout the 1990s. Now, there's no monitoring close to the communities that are close to the polluting sites, and those emissions are obviously going to impact on those communities most.
I live about 400 yards away from the flare stack at Grange Estate, and when it goes off, the windows in the house shake. You have the sirens going in the middle of the night some nights. Your kids are getting woke up on the night time. That's a bit off-putting and upsetting at times. But what angers me most is the fact that we don't get anything from these industries. We've got another industry just building up behind there. I don't know if you can see the cranes, but they're coming closer and closer to our village all the time, and we don't get a penny from these people. There's football fields need redeveloping. There's housing could do with redevelopment. We have no bus service in this village anymore, and we're just forgotten. And we have to put up with all this.
Investments in recent years, plus the demise of the old plants, have also reduced the number of job opportunities. Industry, meanwhile, still central to Teesside's economy, is, in time-honoured tradition, making huge wealth from one of the most deprived areas of the country. The stats and reports still make for grim reading. Communities suffering high unemployment since the 70s are reaching a sense of depressing inevitability and social alienation. And the cancer mortality rate in areas of Teesside is up to 50% above the UK average. Evidence points to industrial pollution as a contributing factor.